We have the combined technical specifications from Keba and Sons, sent to the Chief Executive Officer, B.C.C. Together with the bid security from Zenith Bank and the bid guarantee as well. We have a letter from Banjul City Council addressed to the Director General GPA, Kenaba Avenue, for the invitation. The date is 11th of February 2019. A submission of approval for of evaluation report from GPEA addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Banjul City Council. Notification of award, 6th March 2019. The contract form and the bid and contract document for procurement of goods in relation to the 3,000 dustbins, all to be admitted into evidence and marked as exhibit in relation to the procurement of 3,000 dustbins from Keba and Sons for B.C.C.
"16 documents in relation to the procurement of 3,000 dustbins from Keba and Sons are hereby admitted in a bundle as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/BCC/KT/004.
As the Commission places. Yes, now.
Madam Chair, can I apply to get by my copies?
Mr. Ture, we will avail you with copies.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of the exhibit.
Thank you.
Yes, I can't go through all now, but I think you will be able to guide us in relation to this. So I see that you've also said that to 3 potential suppliers, correct?
Yeah.
And how were they sent the invitation to bid for the 3,000 dustbins?
How were they sent?
Send the notice.
Official letters were written to them.
Okay. How do we know they have received it?
Unless we look at the choir book that the messenger went with.
Who sent the notice?
From the office of the CEO.
We have it here. It says, the council would like to procure dustbins. Attached to this is a set of technical. You see, this is important. It's important because for the conflict of interest that exists between Keba and Sons and the mayors and the manner in which the contracts were awarded to Keba and Sons, I just have to be straightforward with you. Yeah. Keba and Sons having no prior knowledge, experience in dealing with these dustbins of this nature, admitted to that here. Doesn't even have a company. It's a trading business, but that's okay. There was no reason genuine enough for him to emerge as a winner. In fact, it appeared to be everything was staged for him to just be the only person who will be present for the bid opening for a $13 million contract. In a normal sense, there would have been an extension if the price was genuine. You understand that? There would have even been an extension to get the best. Because now GPA was involved, the funds will be secured. But everything was staged for Keba and Sons. This we know. He had benefited so much from B.C.C. If it was done genuinely, he's a Gambian like any other, but he had lived with the mayor for so long. So many years. The mayor implanted Keba and Sons, the mayoress. Very clear. We had evidence to that effect. But my point now is, you sent to the managing director of Guru Kripa Trading, managing director J. Balaji Enterprise, managing director Keba and Sons Limited. No evidence of receipt of the bidding document. It reads, attached to this is a set of technical specifications developed for the above type of dustbins being procured. The council is presently facing constraints. As a result, we are soliciting for an agreement which would allow the council to make payments as follows: 10%, then 70%, then 20%. The submission of bid should be by 14th of February 2019. The bid document $1,000 is each. You understand that? So, but you don't know whether the other 2 were sent.
That's what I said. Maybe we look at the registry book.
The choir book?
Yeah, the choir book.
With the office of the CEO?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it was your evidence that only Keba and Sons were present?
Yeah, at that time, definitely.
So why was it not extended? You did not have, Keba and Sons did not meet the necessary requirements as per the law. Why was it not extended, the timing?
Maybe Keba and Sons did not meet the other additional criteria, but the technical specs that were submitted at that time, looking at the size of the bin, the colors,
yes,
the wheels,
yes,
it's listed there.
yes,
Those ones were met. Maybe the other ones that were supposed to be met, that is the experience, as you said. So
that's what the law says.
Yeah, those may be the
because remember, it says for you to adopt a restricted method of procurement, those are preconditions.
Yeah, so.
And they are non-negotiable. They are mandatory.
So
that's why I said they were fundamental.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
of course.
so which means he did not have It did not meet the requirement, the core requirement. So why was it not cancelled?
I will not be able to decide on that because I said I will not be able to decide on that at a time because I told you the funds were there for a limited time to be
You were told.
Yeah, I was told. Yeah,
we will not
Definitely.
go by the narrative that funds were there.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was told, definitely.
Good.
Yeah,
So, your job or any other person's job in the conduct committee would be to go by what the law says.
Exactly so, yeah.
And if we don't have a winner, we don't have a winner. So why was it not the case that Keba and Sons was not awarded the contract? Why would you not say that was not proper? Yes?
No, I told you already, that was not said, definitely.
Why?
Council, definitely, that's what I said. That was not, nothing was said on that. We went ahead and request for approval to go ahead with the award, and GP has given the approval. Then we award the contract.
You have a bid opening.
Yeah.
A date appointed or selected for, or chosen for bid opening. Even before the bid opening, you sent out your required notices, invitation. You only have one person responding. You think that was really logical to proceed with that?
Well, that is something else. But for me, that's what I'm telling you. I was seated.
No, just answer my question.
No, wait, let's come down. I agree with all what you are saying.
Right.
But where I was at that time also, I told you I was overseeing this cleaning services department.
Let me be honest to you.
And there was serious problems at the city that I wanted to address.
Let me be honest to you.
So definitely.
You don't appear to know much about the dustbin.
No, yeah, definitely.
You can say it openly because unless they come and then implicate you, the CEO, because we know there have been kickbacks in this, it doesn't make sense. From your evidence, I'm convinced to take your word for it. There are other implications you have had in other procurement activities, other suspicious transactions. For this one, you had said you do not even know that the mayoress was related to Keba and Sons.
No.
Correct?
Definitely.
Good. And you were told that funds were limited, and then there was a timeline. You haven't seen the communications to that effect.
Exactly.
Okay?
So, yeah.
And so, from all indications, you do not know. And you did not receive money as well from this?
No. I have no connection with Keba. I did not know Keba at all.
It's okay. I have no reason as well to say otherwise. But I am just saying, this is the thing, Mr. Ture. When you flout the rules in financial dealings, it's going to be difficult to convince anybody, especially when the process was so flawed in relation to paying exorbitant amounts of money.
No, I agree.
Reasonable amounts of money for procurement.
I agree.
Then the reasonable conclusion would be money has traded hands. You've worked in this country for so long.
Yeah, but I can hold the Quran and definitely have not written anything from him.
Exactly.
No.
So that's the issue.
Didn't know anything about that.
That's the issue. Were the dustbins delivered?
Yes.
All the 3 dustbins were delivered?
For that one, I can attest to that.
How were they delivered?
I was the one receiving them. They were from some from Keba himself.
Keba said he did not deliver any.
I heard him here. He said that.
Yes.
It's not true.
He said he did not deliver. Do you have a delivery note?
Would Keba...
Go ahead.
No, that one I have to look at. Will Keba sit at home, receiving all these monies and send the bins without knowing the person he's going to send the bins
yes,
to? He will not.
He will.
I heard him here, he said that.
No, he will do that. You know why he will do that? He lives with the mayoress.
But that doesn't mean that, because when he comes also, somebody might not receive it or somebody might put it in the wrong place also.
No, you will receive it.
No.
No, you will. You had received it. You received the goods, some from Keba. The rest that you didn't receive from Keba, why did you receive it? The rest that you did not receive from him, why was it received?
That was because he came in the first time and delivered some
Yes.
and told me that subsequently,
Yes.
because he is going to be painting the sites,
Right.
he has some writing to be done.
Right.
He might not have time, but he
Right.
may send somebody to bring it.
Right.
That's why also.
Was there a delivery note?
No, there was no delivery note. I did not receive that.
You see, how can you receive
No, I did not receive that.
3,000 dustbins without delivery note, Mr. Today?
Well, I couldn't remember receiving delivery note from him.
Okay.
But I know that all the quantities he has been supplying,
I'm just
I
asking.
have been getting daily entry because they were all packed at the Makati Square.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
I'm now saying, how can you receive 3,000 dustbins, the total of which, a value of which is $13 million, and you do not have a delivery note?
Yeah, because the thing is, some of these documents are always submitted at the finance department,
No.
not to us directly.
There
no,
has to be-
no. Let's understand here. The way I am telling you the way councils work. Because I'm not making the payments, it may be given to the finance director or it may be given to the finance manager. For me, my role was to make sure that the bins are intact.
So
I received 3,000 bins, and what is supposed to be written on the sides of the bin is written,
so when you speak like
and
that,
all the covers and the connections are there.
so when you talk like that,
Yeah.
the way councils work, it appears you are not speaking from the book.
No, yes, so
You understand?
not everything that we are doing is in line with the
But
book.
it has to be in line with the book.
Yeah,
right?
actually, so.
Yes. So I am concerned about what should be done as opposed to what was done. But I appreciate you telling me how it was done. I appreciate it very, very well.
Yeah.
But coming from seasoned people, working all your life in council or working all your
That is the thing that will be able to tell you that the item has been delivered in accordance with what is
in accordance with the legal
requirements.
specifications.
Yeah.
So the law requires there has to be an examination and receipt committee.
Yeah.
Now, if we are to say there were no dustbins delivered, because someone raised the question, someone had to tell me that there were no dustbins delivered.
Well, I don't know who that person must be because I had to hear the admin manager sit here.
No, there is.
No, wait, and said the way those bins were distributed, he did not even know. But that is not true. For me, I received the 3,000 bins, and the way they were distributed, special forms were been prepared for everyone that received a bin would sign.
What was prepared?
Special forms were prepared, distribution forms.
Yes.
Any compound or any person who is receiving a bin
Yes.
would sign this form.
Where are those forms?
The form is here.
Where are the signatures for all the people that have signed?
No, there was a file.
Where is the file?
The file was given to the external auditors when they were at the office. I could not trace the file, but I was able to get a copy from the forms that I was issuing.
A copy of the forms that were issued.
Yeah.
But where are the copies of the forms that were signed?
The whole file.
Yes.
No, I couldn't see the whole file because I took the file and gave it to the external auditors
That's the issue.
for them to check.
That's the issue. Now, the file is not present. Even if the file was present, the file would not state that these dustbins were the dustbins that were procured and supplied by Keba and Sons. You see why it is very technical.
But the file would be able to show you how much bins were submitted because
But it's
all the signatures would have been there for the total
True.
3,000.
True.
Yeah, so
We are just assuming that there is a file. We haven't seen a file. I just trust you. But I'm just saying now that even if the file is present, the file will not have information to state that these were the dustbins procured by Keba and Sons. That is the importance of.
sure, because it is not
Of
accompanied by
delivery
a delivery note here.
Yes.
Sure.
So now there is no dustbin. If I have to tell you that there are no 3,000 dustbins paid but not delivered.
No, but then I will not be able to agree on that. Definitely, because I received the dustbins from Keba and Sons
Perfectly well.
directly.
Now proof that there were dustbins.
Directly, physically, I am saying. I have not seen the delivery note.
I agree. Now proof that there were dustbins received.
Maybe if I look at my phone, I'll be able to get some pictures.
Your phone.
Yeah,
The
so-
pictures would not show that these were the 3,000 dustbins procured from Keba and Sons and delivered in that manner.
But between me and God, I know that these are the 3,000 bins that
Yes,
are submitted by
that's
Keba
it.
and Sons.
I'm sorry to say.
No,
The issue
definitely.
is we don't bring that issue here.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying.
You understand that? We are not God. That's why we are asking questions.
So,
God doesn't ask questions.
so
He knows. We don't know. The commissioners don't know. They want to see the evidence because they are not God.
that's true. That's true.
So where is the evidence?
That's true.
If I have to tell you, I genuinely trust that you have received 3,000 dustbins. But my opinion does not matter. That's the problem. It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah,
I
but-
trust you. I do.
Yeah, but I know I have received 3,000
It
bills.
does not matter. What you know and what I believe is irrelevant.
No, true. That's true. That's true.
That is what I'm trying to tell you.
That's true.
That is the reason why we conform with regulations. Mr. Toure.
Yeah, definitely. That's
Understand that?
That's why I've been corrected. Yeah.
Yes. But again, you may have a burden in this, but Mr. Bachili and the mayors will have a lot to explain about this as well.
Yeah. So.
But you are part of the conduct committee and you really did not do what you were supposed to do in making sure you award the contract in the right manner. And you were in agreement with a process, as the minutes will show. The minutes read that you agreed, all of you agreed to award this to Keba and Sons without doing due diligence. GPPA, they also aided you, the contracts committee, in this flawed process.
So. Yeah.
They did. For $13 million. 15% VAT. Was that paid? Do you know?
The
% VAT.
VAT.
Yes.
No, I am not in finance, but I don't think it's paid. No.
See? The contractor charged you for $13 million. 15%, $1,950,000 was said to be an extra charge
think
for
one-
VAT.
I think 1.8.
Well, 13 by 15% of 13 million. Okay.
It's
Would be-
in that document I gave you.
Yeah, I see 1,800,000.
Yeah, something like that.
But that will be less than 15.
But there was no evidence of payment.
That
payment
will
of
be
the
less than
VAT.
15%.
Yeah,
I think.
something like that.
So the calculation is even the calculation is flawed. See, 13,800,000 is the contract sum, right?
Yeah.
15% of that will be $2,070,000.
But he wrote 1.8. I
You
think.
know, he wrote 1.8,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
but I'm just saying going by the actual calculation,
Yeah.
would be $2,070,000. But even if you are going by 1.8, $1,800,000 extra for VAT, not paid, no evidence of payment.
No evidence.
Where did the money go?
No, I can't tell.
Were you not interested in that?
No, as I said, I was not dealing with finance at all. Definitely.
Okay. As a contracts committee.
About his payment and whatsoever, I was not definitely looking after that. Definitely.
Okay. All right. No problem. I think on your part as head of planning and the member of the contracts committee, I believe we've had enough evidence in relation to
Yeah.
to the 13,800,000 dustbins. To be fair with you. Any questions on the dustbins before I proceed with the witness?
No questions.
So we have again, you may refer to the 16th of June 2023 statement in relation to the public toilet at the fish smoking area, $248,782.
Fish smoking area.
Is that a council funded project?
Let me check. Sorry. Which of these statements?
Your first statement of 16th of June 2023.
16th of June. Yeah.
Right. Third page. Fourth page, sorry. Item number 6. The public toilet at the fish smoking area.
5th page, yeah?
Come again, sir?
5th page, you said.
The 4th page. Paragraph 6.
No, that was from the EU project.
Please speak into the microphone.
Sorry, that was from the EU project.
That's the EU project.
Yeah.
Okay. How was the procurement done? Who was the contractor?
Sam Construction.
Sam and Sons.
Yeah, that I was not involved in the selection of the contractor.
You were?
I was not part of the selection of the contractor.
Okay. Was the contract duly executed?
Yes.
Was it completed?
Yes, it was completed.
Certificate of completion. Do you issue certificate of completion?
No, for that, no.
Why?
It was directly under the project team at that time.
Yeah, but it's council's funds. The funds of councils include donations, grants. All of these are council's funds. The Finance and Audit Act 2004 clearly spells out what council's funds are. So there appears to be a notion or a perception that if you have donations or grants, they may not include or be counted as council's funds. That will be wrong.
Council, this was not directly under the control of my department. Definitely.
Department.
Yeah.
Okay. The public toilet at the Wafin Jago.
Yeah, both of them. They are all given to the same guy, Sam Construction.
Sam, and it's not under your department.
Yeah, no.
The abattoir slaughterhouse, 1.7 million.
Yeah, that was under our department.
Not with you?
Under our department, yes.
Under your department?
Yes.
What can you tell us about that one?
That one was also an in-house project.
Okay.
That was carried out by the department.
Of planning.
Yeah. But
how was the contractor? Who was the contractor, and how were they identified?
No, how was what identified? The contractor.
Who was the contractor?
No, it was not only given to one contractor.
How many contractors?
We were hiring machiners on a daily basis to do the job, and they are paid.
On a daily basis?
Yeah.
How were you accessing the funds then?
It was given to us given to me by Impressed.
How much Impressed?
No, different amounts. Not.
Did you retire all this?
Yes.
You have the retirement with you?
No, not here with me.
Will you be able to produce all the retirement for this 1.7 million?
Unless I check with the finance. I don't have any of those documents.
Okay, please write it down. We'll call you back.
I don't have any of those documents.
What was here? Retirement.
I could remember during the audit exercise,
Yes.
I had an engagement with the external auditors.
Yes.
And they went through all of this one by one.
Right.
That was a direct engagement between me and them.
Right.
Because we are looking at some of the receipts and some of the transactions.
Right.
And they did confirm all the retirements.
I can also tell you that they testified here as well. The entire auditors, they have testified here. We have seen some repetitions of actions from them in some instances. Because everyone thinks that there will not be actions.
There will not be?
Actions. You understand that? So, for some issues are just generally a repetition. And there are sometimes connivance with respect to the people that they investigate.
No, I don't think so. Definitely.
Not in your case.
No.
We have Lyman, so he was very surprised because he hosted the auditors and then provided them with accommodation and daily meal, and then he appeared to be shocked.
No, but this is a different case.
Altogether.
Definitely. I did not know any of those auditors.
Okay.
And the time they were calling me to engage me on
So
that.
if that was done, then it would not be difficult to do it again.
No, it depends. Anyway, we will go and check at the documentary center, please.
All right.
To see. But
Okay. it would not be difficult to do it again.
But I have sat down with them directly, and they looked at each of these impressed documents one by one.
Okay, then
And they did confirm that they were all retired, and I think they have it written in their audit report. Is there?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then please provide those retirement.
I will go and check. I will go and check.
But how were you doing the procurement? Were you the one doing the procurement yourself?
Yes, so that's what I'm saying.
Why?
That was a project that we decided that we will do in-house under the supervision of the Director of Planning.
Who decided that?
It was on a council meeting. I think I can provide the General Council institution.
Please provide the General Council. So in the General Council, they decided that both the administration and the procurement of the items or the goods or the material would be done by the Director of Planning? Is that what is decided in that meeting?
Yeah, because the reason why is if the department was having all these operatives together,
Yes.
then they would have been purchasing the material for us, and we do the works,
Right.
and we request for payments of these people. But because there was this restructuring, some of the machinists has to left,
Yes.
and there was very poor salary for the machinists too, and
There
other-
was?
very poor salaries
Yes.
paid to the machinists
Right.
at that time,
Right.
which I have made follow up to have it increase,
Right.
because the labor value was definitely going up
Right.
every day by day.
Correct.
So it was not possible.
Right.
So a lot of them left to the private sector.
Okay.
Some were sent home. So that was why we were taking these monies directly to purchase the material and pay.
How do you know you were
Workers.
purchasing the materials at the right prices? How do you know that?
I don't think Banjul, the place is not big. Banjul is not big. All materials we have been purchased from Jimpex. Shops are there, telephone numbers are there on receipts, which you can call and find out.
So you did that?
No, the auditors did that, not me. Because they were the one confirming whether a bag of cement was costing the amount that is written there.
No. Forget
Especially
the auditors.
at Jaoil.
No, forget the auditors. Now
So-
you are here.
Yeah.
Forget the auditors. We were not present. Nobody was present during that time when you had the auditors. We don't see any evidence to show that they had confirmed the purchasing. I would not think.
Council, I don't think I will be mad enough definitely to go and buy materials to buy road at $300, and I come and write something like $1,000 when I know definitely it's easy access for you to get things from
You were not supposed to do it
J.
in the
Balaji
first-
here.
You were not supposed to do it in the first place.
Yes, I agreed. When the auditors took me to,
Yes.
I definitely knew that if it was today, I would not have been taking all that interest with me.
No, Mr. Tola, you knew.
No, definitely. At that time, no.
No, you knew. Mr. Tola.
My interest was to make sure that the job has been done.
Absolutely.
At that time.
In the right manner.
It was not done.
In
Yeah.
the right manner.
Exactly, so, yeah.
In accordance with laid down procedure. You knew this. That's the issue. You knew this, and then you allowed yourself to have millions in your hand to decide who is to be paid what, how they are supposed to be paid. That would have been fatal. That would have been really, really serious. You have a unit for that?
Yeah, that's what I said at that time, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You had a unit for that. That's what they were supposed to do. You could have just overseen the administration of the project. But if money is to be paid, they should be paid in the right manner, not in your name, certainly. That's not, I think we violate the interest, the spirit as to why the law will provide for interest or petty cash. That is not certainly the purpose. These are projects. They are not emergency expenditures where an officer of council will be required to make certain payments and afterwards account for it. These are projects. They are planned. Is that not the case? They are planned.
So,
That's the structure.
but that's what I said the other time. Council has been operating in that way quite a long time. I found that there.
Whose fault?
Whose?
Whose fault?
Our fault.
Exactly.
So-
These are people that are qualified, highly qualified, you are educated.
Our fault.
And in most of your appointments or your promotion, they will tell you to familiarize yourself with the relevant laws and regulations. All of you people know that there are regulations. You know there is a financial manual, you know there is an audit and finance and audit act, you know there is a procurement act and a regulation. Everyone at that level will know that. You guys are not revenue collectors, with all due respect.
No, but then council, I think you need to know something also, the way councils operate. Sometimes you may be in council for so many years, you will not even see these documents, you will not even know about them.
I don't disagree with
Look at the appointment letters they have been giving us.
Yes.
Didn't you ask me about my confirmation from my temporary appointment?
Yes.
So how many years I have been having that temporary appointment? I have not seen any confirmation.
Right.
So such things have been happening. You will be given appointment and you will not be even what you are talking about now. Familiarize yourself with ABCD. It is up to you to make sure that when you are there, you start looking at them.
See,
But sometimes your appointment letter is so short that you don't if you have your proper TOR.
see,
So these are to all councils, definitely.
do you know why I disagree with you on that part? Because you rose through the ranks. You were in a decision-making body.
Yes, I didn't say I didn't know, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, see, Mr. Kamara had just shown me your appointment letter. It reads that you are hereby offered temporary appointment and city guard a grade 2-1, and it goes on. The third paragraph: as an employee of council, you are required to acquaint yourself with the provisions of council's general orders and financial instructions. See?
But then you ask for it, you are not provided for. It's not provided for you to see.
No, at this level, you may have a pass. This was you as a city guard, grade 2. You may have a pass. At your level as a director, you will not have a pass, my friend. You and I know this. You are different, Mr. Ture, in 1993. You were way different in 2018. Your level of understanding, education have really significantly. You're highly educated, highly experienced. That's why you have all these promotions. You are not Mr. Ture in 1993. No way.
I know very well.
Exactly. So don't use Mr. Ture in 1993 to justify your actions in 2018.
No, that was just an example.
It did not fit the description. It didn't fit the subject matter. That's the point. So the other one is the 1.5 million construction of storage facilities. 8 stores. You have the documents for this.
Yeah, that one also was retired, and the structure is completed.
And you will provide the retirement.
It was all checked by the external auditors.
I don't work for
We'll go and look at it. Yeah.
I don't work for the Department of External Audit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll go and look at it.
Okay. The perimeter fence for the temporary waste dumping site at Albert Market, $968,206 was.
Council, let's have something correct here. These the amounts you are talking about here, they are the estimates for the
Right,
projects. Yeah.
right.
Not actually what is all spent.
What was spent?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you provide us with what was given to, was this also an impress given to you?
What?
Were you given impress as well?
Yeah, these are the two projects.
Okay. So once you provide the documents, they will speak for themselves, right? So we have the Crab Island rehabilitation works. That's the EU Austin Banjul City Link project. You recall this?
Yes.
The estimate 217,561 euros, 0.43.
Yes.
All right. What can you tell us about that, sir?
The Crab Island project.
Yes.
This was an EU-funded project.
You may proceed. I'm just verifying something.
This was an EU-funded project, and I could remember, I think around 2015-16.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
earlier that time, within Crab Island.
Yes.
I could remember being part of the concept development.
Yes.
I think I submitted the first survey report on all the existing structures at Crab Island and their cost of renovation.
Right.
But that was revised, I think, for many times,
Right.
because it was so long a time that by the time the project started being implemented,
Okay. What were the components of the Crab Island rehabilitation?
the rehabilitation of the existing structures,
What existing structure?
the classroom blocks,
The
the
classroom.
classroom blocks,
Okay.
and the main conference hall,
Yes.
together with offices and the radio station,
Right.
the landscaping of the ground, the area, construction of a basketball center,
Right.
and there was this drainage
Right.
works to be done. I think the works were divided into 4 lots.
4 lots.
Yeah.
So, do you have contracts signed for? So you have 4 contractors?
No, 2.
2. And who are these contractors?
Eco Farm working on lot 1
Eco
and,
Farm.
and lot 2, yeah.
And then
I think Jaloklong work on lot 3 and lot 4.
Who?
Jaloklong.
okay.
Jaloklong.
Did they finish this? Did they sign a contract?
Yes, they all signed a contract.
Do you have copies of these contracts as well?
Yes, it should be in my car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Then after the break, you will.
Yeah,
require
I can provide that. It's in my car.
How were these contractors? How were they awarded these contracts?
It was through an open tender.
Open tender.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it conducted?
It was all published in the newspapers, made those bids.
Okay. Was it handled by the contracts committee?
Yes.
The contracts
Together
committee.
with the steering committee, yeah,
Do you
together.
have minutes to that effect?
Yeah, there are minutes.
Will you be able to provide the minutes?
I should be able to.
All right. Now, did you issue certificate of? Did you complete?
Eco Farm completed.
Did you issue?
Eco Farm completed.
Was there a certificate of completion?
No, not yet.
Why?
Reason being, the time he was finishing the works,
Yes.
I couldn't visit the site to finalize the job.
Okay.
But I think the consultant went there to find out to do the final survey.
Final survey.
Yeah.
Okay. How about the other contractor?
The other contractor, Jaloklong,
Yes.
that I have to start from the beginning. When we made the tender,
Yes.
I don't know, during the evaluation, I will provide the evaluation report.
Yes.
During the evaluation, for me, until the time we make our recommendation and send to GPPA, Jaloklong was not standing any chance to win a lot. Jaloklong
Okay.
was not anyway were in a position to win any lot.
Yeah.
Reason being, he was not been able to provide some of the requirements.
Okay.
But when we submitted our evaluation report to GPPA
Right.
for approval, we received another communique from them that they have accepted the awarding of lot 1 and 2 to ECHO, but lot 3 and 4 we need to re-evaluate.
Right.
Because the companies we recommended, they don't believe those 2 companies are the right companies.
Right.
So we took the thing again and re-evaluate. Because normally when we receive the bids, we send all the bids together, originals,
Right.
all to GPPA.
Right.
So when these documents were coming back, they give us photocopies. So when we look at it again for the secondary evaluation, still now I couldn't see the possibility of giving Jalokong any lot.
Right.
It was supposed to be Basen Enterprise and I think MK8 construction.
Right.
We wrote back to them again. They said no. All these 3 lots, Jalokong is the most suitable company. Is the most responsive.
Who said that?
GPA. So based on that, also we agreed and gave him the 3 lots, the 2 lots, lot 3 and lot 4. Lot 3 was about the rehabilitation of building D, D1, E, F, G, and H.
Right.
And lot 4 was about to reconstruct part of the fence and rehabilitate part of the fence for Crab Island.
Okay.
So